Silver Eagles tonight, and we've had the congratulations. The second one we had was, what was the first one? Congratulations.
Congratulations, and then we had the ICG.
ICG, that's right, with the certificates, the grading certificate, and now this is early release.
This is a big deal, and particularly the sale price of $20 off in the flag core. Flag core is huge. Early release is huge. If you look at you right there, it is 2020. We're out there. We're
Beautiful.
Live. We're ready to go. Mint State 70, absolutely positively perfect early release. Now here's what early release means. Early release means that it is from the first 30 days of release, and we're right up against that. So if they don't already have coins, and already there's basically in essence a shortage of coins. Good luck getting coins out there because the demand, like I said, I've been selling these things for 25 plus years on television. I've been selling them for 35 years. I have never, ever seen demand like I've seen for this year's American Silver Eagles. And when I'm talking about, you know, it's like 20% more than 2019's and 30% more than 2018's. I'm talking about 200% increase in the demand for these coins. Now, the government didn't necessarily make any more of them, and that's the problem, particularly early release. So now we have early release, which is a big designation. But the whole key to this one, in my mind, is the flag core. The flag core. So what's happened is, you know, when you go out there and try to find coins, you really want to try to get your coins certified as best you can. And so NGC, great, you know, the big three certification, there's four major certification companies. ICG, they certify the least number of coins. The big three that certify the most are going to be Annex, NGC, and PCGS. So NGC has lots and lots and lots of kind of different labels and things, and I mean, it's kind of a lot to get in. So what we decided to do, just like we did an Annex first day of issue, which you can only buy here, we said, we want a 100%, you know, exclusive thing that I'm the only one that can sell it, and Flag Core NGC is what we ended up with. So I'm the only one that can sell Flag Core NGCs. That's it. I am the sole exclusive 100% only distributor, in essence, of Flag Core. So, and what we mean by that is the core, or in essence, this plastic piece that holds the American Silver Eagle is done, of course, in an American flag design. This is the third year that we've done this now, and they've become very, very highly desirable in the marketplace. And so what we did is, instead of all these 86 billion different labels, and like I said, the labelfication of American numismatics, which I've absolutely hated, what we've done is it is a simple label. Basically, all of our flag cores have the same label. For the Eagle, it's got the Eagle right here, and it just tells you the stuff. Early release. So you're going to get early release. You get it absolutely exclusively. Comes with the Red Oak presentation box, $24.95 value on the Red Oak presentation box. And then you're going to have this right here, and this early release NGC, and it's Mint State 70, absolutely positively perfect. And there it is right there. And now, also, remember last year. I cannot impress upon you enough. And so the designations of value, absolutely positively perfect. Early release, 2020 American Silver Eagle. So that right there tells you what it's all about. And there you have the NGC, which is the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation that you're going to have. You have our exclusive core on this. You've got the fact that it's Mint State 70. By the way, the government didn't do a great job on these. Mint State 70s are hard to get. Very low grading percentages on these right now. Red Oak presentation box, $24.95 for this empty, and that's a customer pick at $24.95.
And then, by the way, we give you $20 off. So we put it on sale.
And put it on sale.
Money on sale is always a great thing.
So, you know, $20 off here, 20 here, 45 bucks. So, you know, $24.95 in essence bonus. Look at it any way you want. Right. Save $20 on this. Fantastic, fantastic opportunity for you. So, last year of issue, what does that mean? You have to understand the United States government is absolutely loath to change the design of an American coin. It simply does not happen. I've been doing this, like I said, I'm oldish. I've been doing this a very, very long time, going into my 30th year on television, selling American numismatic coins. I'm the very first person that actually sold certified coins on television. And I did it for years by myself.
First day of issue was you too.
First day of issue was, I invented first day of issue. Yeah. Kind of accidentally, but I invented first day of issue. So you do all that stuff. And so I've been doing this for a long time. Keep in mind, for instance, the Roosevelt dime has never changed in my lifetime.
Oh.
Okay? Never changed. The Kennedy half dollar, since its release in 1964, has never changed in my lifetime. The Lincoln cent will change one time in my lifetime. One time in my lifetime, they will change the Lincoln cent. That's it, and they did it, what, 10 years ago? It was 11 years ago now, the change in the Lincoln cent. Understand, they simply don't change. So they started making this Silver Eagle in 1986. They have never changed it. 35 years, it's looked exactly like this. 2021, it will get a complete and total redesign on the reverse, and they're actually gonna do a slight change on the obverse, doing anti-counterfeiting technology. So they can do really kind of cool lines and all kind of stuff. I hope it looks a little bit like the Canadian maple leaf, what they did with that. So those are absolutely critically important. So for the first time in 35 years, they're changing the American Silver Eagle. That is a huge deal. You have to have the bookend. You have to have the last full year of design, and that's exactly what you're going to have right here. Absolutely no doubt about it. Of course, you want to get next year's coin too, but then you have the transition set. But you have to have this to, in essence, get the transition set, is ultimately what it comes down to. And demand has been immense. Early release, very, very difficult to get. Of course, flag core you can only get from me.
Right.
You know, early release, they do that in other labels, but that is an important designation for this because the demand has been so intense for the brand new American Silver Eagle, given the fact that it's a design change that has taken a lot of people by surprise, and getting coins is incredibly, incredibly difficult. Right. And like I said, this is our first look. Now add in.
But I was going to say, and get a perfect coin.
And get a perfect coin.
I'm sure you can get a coin.
Well, you got to certify, on average, you have to certify about 10 coins to get one Mint State 70.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So when we've certified to date now, people say, well, you know, they've made a lot of these things. Well, we've gone through 250,000. American Silver Eagle 3 Annex and NGC. Just for us, they've gone through probably 1 million coins.
Okay.
Between the 3 major grading services, between Annex, NGC, and PCGS, they've probably gone through the better part of 1 million coins, piece by piece, coin by coin. Their graders, I mean, they're basically working 3 shifts. It's just absolutely crazy. So difficult to get coins. If you sent in American Silver Eagles right now, I don't suspect you could get coins back within 2 or 3 months. If you did yourself.
Behind.
Oh, absolutely, they're that behind.
So that
they're behind. Well, let's put it this way. I know I have 150,000 coins sitting there for them to still go through. Okay, so
just you alone.
Yeah, that's right. Between me and another buddy of mine, I mean, those are kind of the biggest guys out there for NGC. So I mean, you know, ours have been in there since day one.
Wow.
So just to get through ours, I mean, I don't think you can absolutely positively expect to get anything back in 2020 Eagles if you just send in coins randomly for 30, 60, 90 days at the very least. They're just swamped. They're just swamped. And every one of the grading stores. And even more swamped. So they're grading 2 times as many, 3 times as many coins as they were last year.
Wow.
And so now it becomes difficult to get. Now, okay, you have the end of the design. Now put in 2020. I mean, you have to understand, look at that. And I understand it's a little thing, but it's really not. Yeah. It looks cool. It's 2020 is the thing. And so the last time that they did that was, of course, 1919.
Right.
And then 1818. Yeah. So there's only going to be 3 of these in the history of U.S. coinage.
That's true.
Because there was no 1717, and there's not going to be a 2121.
Right.
You know? Right. So they only did 3 of, in essence, the double dates that they're ever going to do in the history of the U.S. Mint. So you've got that. You got the end of the decade. You got the end of the series. You got the end of the design. You know, you got the double date that you're going to have right in there with that 2020. So you've got that with the numerology aspect of it. You have the exclusivity. You got it absolutely positively perfect. How important is perfect? 1986. I sell 1986 Mint State 69 NGC Eagles. I think they're about $100.
Okay, 69.
69s. In 70, probably 600. Okay. Well, we had a pair, Annex pair, 86 2020 Mint State 70s for $499. We had 110 sets. Our last show, it took 4 minutes to sell them all.
Wow.
I mean, you know, in perfect 70. I don't even have any NGCs right now.
Oh, you don't?
I mean, you know, and 1986 Eagles, you think these things are hard to get? 86s have absolutely disappeared.
No kidding.
Disappeared. 8 months ago, 10 months ago, I could have made 5 calls and got 1,000 coins. Okay. Now, we just went through this there was a huge show down in Houston. We went down there. Our representatives walked the floor trying to find every 86 American Silver Eagle on the floor. You know how many we got? 34.
Is that because you wanted the first and the last?
Yeah,
is that the big
everybody
reason?
wants the first and the last.
I mean, and so now everybody who didn't have the first are scrambling
like
to get
I said,
the first.
last year at that same show, I could have bought 1,000 coins. I bought 34 coins.
No kidding.
$100 million worth of coins on the floor, $500 million worth of coins on the floor. Found 34 American Silver Eagles.
Oh my gosh.
86s. Okay.
Wow.
I saw no 2020s because nobody else had any certified or had any graded.
Right.
So like I said, so you get this, these are ready to go. We got the flag core, got Min State 70, we have early release, we have Red Oak presentation box, we have the very last of its kind. You know, it is absolutely a stunning opportunity with the exclusivity of the flag core, then add in the fact that you are getting Min State 70 absolutely positively perfect, and then the early release designation, which is more important than ever. It's always been important, but it has never been, in essence, this important.
Right.
You know, we did the New Year's Eve edition in Flag Core, which we do every year. Traditionally, we sell, you know, the edition is whatever we sell in one day.
Right.
Traditionally, we sell about 2,000 coins. This year, we sold 5,000 coins. So that's what I'm saying, 2.5 times.
Wow.
So it's anywhere between 2 and 4 times more American Silver Eagles across the board that has ever been sold before. The United States government is going to get into a little bit of trouble this year in the American Silver Eagle. In my opinion, I think it has taken them a little bit by surprise. They're having a very ambitious year. They've announced some stuff. We knew a bunch of cool stuff coming out. Some of the stuff they've announced has been insane.
Really?
Like they're doing the W Mint quarters again this year, but with privy marks. It's the craziest thing. They're doing privy marks, and then the special edition to proof sets, mint sets, and silver proof sets are W minted Jefferson nickels.
Really?
I mean, it's crazy. So what's happening is they've taken on this huge kind of new catalog of coins and all this cool stuff. The Mint's really up in their game. But the standard coin, the Mint State 70 coin, they're getting destroyed with demand right now. And I don't think that they're going to be able to keep up. I think it's going to be a battle against time all year long. Get yours now. Get at the front. Because understand, if you've been watching this program, of course you know that they've changed the design. The vast majority of Americans have no idea. Wait till the first time it's on one of the morning shows, okay? Wait till the first time everybody starts doing it, starts getting newsprint.
Because you know what, historically, that's a really significant good story.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you normally
They're changing the American Silver Eagle.
Well, you don't normally cover coin stories very often, except for the state quarters, right? But that's really a huge, significant, interesting story for the American public to understand.
That's right, $24.95 bonus. We're taking $20 off the coin, 100% exclusive, early release. We got flag core, certified absolutely positively perfect. And then, of course, we're debuting. This is our debut right here, right now, for the early release Mint State 70 flag core American, last of its series.
And we put it on sale.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty
take
cool.
it. It's not even our normal HSN price. We dropped it down $20. So certainly take advantage of that. And of course, that flex pay. All right, I want to show you another one that's coming up in just a couple of minutes. And this is our NGC proof set.
So this is the regular proof. Remember, we had the congratulations proof
that was
earlier in the show.
Right.
So the government, and